Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good afternoon, depending on your frame. All right. Let's see. Let me take care of this here real quick. But we are in here, guys. What's going on? Well, good afternoon, Shell. It's actually Rainmaker, but that's okay. Let me get a thing or two here put up. All right, Larry. We got you, biggin. I do apologize. The hours have been excruciatingly long here on my other job. I've got the top off of this at the moment, so we got to put that on yet before we put the screws in it. But I'll give you a quick little tour through the amplifier. Obviously, this is your on-off. Of course, we'll have to wait. There you go. So it drains down. Okay, this is your main power. This is also your service breaker, so if something happens. Well, hello, James. I think I've got it listed as New York's Larry the Birdman. But anyways, so now it may look a little different in the video versus in person, but we got you a green knob here, Larry, as far as for your variable. Put you a green. I know looking at it on the screen anyways, it looks more of a teal, but it's actually a nice green for your little display here. The switch here is kind of nice. This is a 3-position, and I'm actually trying to walk him through because this one, I don't think he's ever had an amplifier, I think, if I understood it correctly. So, I want to walk you through this. When you flip this to the up, which it's labeled AM and then sideband, straight up is AM. It's still going to light up green. Your center position is your standby. Down is sideband. So when your light's off, if you are just running just the radio by itself, you can do so when that light's off. Then you have your preamp, which now your preamp is not going to work until you are either in AM mode or sideband. So you'll have to have the amplifier on if you're wanting to use the preamp. The preamp, I just used kind of an orange light just for something a little different. That way you can see that there is a difference. So, just a standard on-off for your preamp. All right, so that pretty much takes care of everything on the front end for you. And we'll go here to the back. Of course, I'll get a phone call. And we're going to have to mute that. So I didn't turn it down. All right, so anyways, back here in the back, I've got you a filter, a small little filter set up as far as for the radio. So again, going back here, I put a little bit larger module in there than what the amplifier itself needs. So about 8 amps max. The Galaxy 959 that you've got, this will be perfect for that. So you can actually run your radio directly off of the back of this and do away with that other small power supply that you've got. So everything's marked, antenna, radio. And then we've got your mile-long cord. So we got you taken care of. We've got the system all set up. We've got your sideband biasing. So I put the main resistors all the way up here. So it's going to get plenty of cooling as far as that goes. We've got your vent closed off there towards the back to where everything is pushed through the heat sink on your little amplifier. We've got your 40 amp module over here, again, to go ahead and take care of the amplifier and the radio. So you should be good to go. We've got your preamp circuit already built. So, and everything's mounted very securely. Typically, in most cases, if it's like, for example, local, usually I only use 2 screws. I used 4 to go ahead and hold this in place, mainly because of the fact that I know that it's getting shipped halfway across the U.S. So, Yes. Yep, that's what this is back here, Shell. So that's what the hot and ground terminals are. The red and black. So he should be good to go for that. I know whenever I'm not available, I know that you're going to be taking a lot of his calls because you're actually helping him out a lot with this project. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and run around the band here real quick. Show you a couple of numbers. And that way I can get this boxed up because I've still got to go to work yet today. Matter of fact, I've got to leave here in about an hour. So we're going to try to get as close to. I've got to find a box yet. I know where all my packing material is, so that's no big deal. But anyways, let's flip a switch or two. Put my power supply on. All right, so I'm just going to be using the Bench Cobra 29 that I use. All right, so let's show you the pass-through first. Hello. 5-watt slug in reverse. And this is our pass-through. Hello, audio. So barely wiggles. Hello, audio. So perfect as far as on the pass-through tune. Now we'll go over here. We're going to flip this to AM. Let's see, and I've got a set at about 60-watt carrier coming out of the radio. With the radio variables wide open. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. And we've got about 350 on the PEP. We've got our 500-watt slug in 1X position. We'll show you the reflect going back from the antenna. 5-watt slug. Hello, audio. So about a 1/4 watt. Let's look at the RMS. Got 250-watt slug in 1X position. Actually, I don't even have a peak kit in this one. So 250 watts in the average position. Top scale. Hello, audio. So about 110, 112. There again, you're going to see different numbers based on the radio that you're using. Now, this could do more wattage, but I know he's had this set up specifically for, high drive, and he wanted everything heavy duty. So that's the reason why we've got, our 5/8 relay as far as on the output. Same thing with the biasing and everything. Had a little bit of trouble, which usually I don't. Had a little bit of problems as far as getting this down into the perfect point where I was happy with it. But we got that taken care of. We've got your variable on the front, that you can adjust up and down, for depending on how much power you actually want to run. So, yeah, I think it's going to work out pretty good for you, big guy. Let's get cover on here, show you what it looks like. I'll just grab that here real quick. Like I said, I'll have to solder it in yet, but we'll set it on there and kind of give you an eyeball of what you're going to see whenever you get it home. All right. Like I said, I'll solder that in here in just a moment. This will give you a look as far as what it's going to look like once you get it home. There we go. So I think he is going to like this. Yep. Like I said, Shell, no, I didn't forget about him. I did not forget about that as far as on the back. Like I said, I used everything heavy duty. Like I said, with what radios he's running, he's going to be perfect as far as with, the power and everything. Like I said, he's going to be able to draw what he needs off of that. And, he is going to see those numbers drop just a little bit whenever you use everything. But I think you'll be very, very happy with this. Preamp, I love the preamp in it. I'm not a huge preamp guy myself. But this one turned out very, very well. Did a few little tweaks in it to go ahead and kind of cut out a little bit more of the noise. So, like I said, I think he's going to do real good with that. Yes, you know, there again, depending on your radio, he may see, depending on how much his radio puts out, he might see anywhere from 300, 300, or he might even see even more. I'm putting about 40-watt peak drive into it with the radio that I'm using. So, there again, every radio is going to do different, which means your meters are going to do a little different, but that gives him, kind of a good idea. But, when you have everything built in kind of a heavy duty format, this is actually set up to where if he decides to really drive it, he can drive it, so, granted, he doesn't want to overdrive it, but, it's built essentially like a tank for a 2-pill. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get that last little wire soldered up on the fan. We're going to get the screws put in this case, and then I'm going to go on the elusive hunt for screws. Or, excuse me, not screws, but a box. Sorry, I've only been up about 30 minutes, and like I said, just got to try to get as much done before I leave for work. So, everybody, I appreciate it. Thanks again for popping in, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Take care, guys. Bum bum.